Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shreya and today I thought it would be fun to share 25 things about me that you probably didn't know. Some of these might make you laugh and some of these might surprise you, but I think by end of this video you will get to know me a whole lot better. So that's the whole point of this video. So let's start. So I have few questions here and I'll answer those. First is, what's my nickname? My nickname, it's not my current nickname, but my childhood nickname was Honey. It was not Honey, it was Hani for some reason. So yeah, that was my nickname. Next is my birth date and my zodiac sign. My birth date is 7th February 1998, but for some reason on all my official documents my birth date is 9th February instead of 7th February. So legally I was born 2 days after my actual birth date. Next is, how old am I? I am 26 years old, but I like to think that everyone who doesn't know my age would think that I'm 20 or 22 years old. Next is, if I have any siblings. Yes, I do have a younger brother and he is 6 years younger to me and I'm the oldest. Okay, next is my current favorite color. I am currently obsessing over anything beige or any pastel colors. So recently I've been doing a lot of shopping for the house that I am living in. So yeah, I have noticed that I am going for a lot of neutral colors for home decor and a lot of muted beige colors. So yeah, okay, next is one thing that I cannot stand. I absolutely cannot stand any insect, either it's small or big. Even if it's a fly, it gives me an ick, so I just cannot stand it. Next is my favorite hobby. I love reading. I actually enjoy dancing. I am a professionally trained dancer, but I stopped in the middle, and I like painting as well. Next is, how many languages I know. I know English, Hindi, Gujarati. I understand Punjabi, but I cannot speak Punjabi. So currently 4. And I'm trying to learn French. Like, I know very tutti frutti French, but I'm trying to learn. Next is, if I could live anywhere, where would it be? I'm not sure if I want to live there, but I for sure want to visit Greece, like Santorini, Greece. That city, that place is just on my bucket list for a very long time. So I would love to visit Greece. Next is, if I'm a morning person or a night owl. I think I'm not a morning person, but I'm not a night owl either. Like, I was a night owl. I used to love nights, but now I think because of this tight schedule, I'm not even able to stay awake after 1 a.m. So I'm not a morning person, I'm not a night person either. I just love my sleep. Yeah. Next is my favorite movie, show or book. I don't think I have a favorite movie, but Fun fact, I just watched Home Alone, like the first part yesterday. Like, it's a very classic movie, but I just watched it yesterday and it was amazing. I am watching a lot of Christmas movies right now because it's the holiday time. So yeah, I really loved that movie. Next is if I have any secret talent. Okay, I wouldn't say like this is my secret talent. It's actually a very weird habit. For example, if I'm talking to you, you will think that I'm listening to each and every sentence that you're saying, but actually I am in some random world thinking about random things. So actually I'm not there, I'm not present in that conversation. So after like 2-3 days, if you would ask and follow up about the same conversation, I wouldn't remember anything because I was not present there, I was literally somewhere else. So that's a weird habit. Okay. Next, one thing on my bucket list. I already told you guys that I wanna visit Santorini, Greece. But if I have to say another thing, then it would be bucket list. I don't know. Maybe skydiving. I don't know. This is very ghisapita answer. Skydiving and scuba diving. I don't know if I want to do that. But for sure, I want to try once. I want to try skydiving once in my life. But that's not in my bucket list. I'm not sure what is in my bucket list. But I just want to travel. I just want to travel. That's the only thing in my bucket list. I want to spend all of my money in traveling. And yeah, the other thing that is currently in my bucket list is I want to stay in an Airbnb which has a city view. So a city like Toronto maybe. So I have this view in my mind. I haven't seen something like this on Airbnb or anywhere, but it's in my mind. Like I want to stay in an Airbnb which has a city view, which has a terrace. So it's probably a penthouse which has a terrace and a swimming pool. So from that swimming pool you see the entire city because it's obviously maybe 50th or 60th floor and you can see the entire city. Like, that's currently in my bucket list, but I wanna find a place like that. So yes. Next, if I find something similar to what I'm thinking, I will put an image here so that you guys can also relate. Next, if I could have a superpower, what would it be? If I could have a superpower, I would actually love to heal people. Like, I want to have healing powers. It is a very cheesy answer, but I would love to do that. I just want to spread love and I would love to heal people emotionally, not physically. I don't want to be a doctor, but yeah, emotionally. Okay, heavy. Next, what was my childhood dream job? I think growing up, I always wanted to be in a creative field. Like, I never wanted to be a doctor, an engineer, or a teacher. I always wanted to do something with something in creative field, something in architecture or interior designing field, or something related to art, maybe fashion designing or product designing. So I was always clear, and now I am an interior designer. So I think it worked out well for me. Yeah. So next is What's my favorite season? I love summer. Anyone who lives in Canada would agree with me. We love summer. So in winters, it gets dark outside at 4 p.m. That's not good. I want the sun to be out till 10 p.m. So yeah, summer always. Next, the best advice that I've ever received. I wouldn't say it was an advice, it was something that I learned over time, which was not to get attached with anyone and everyone. So I was a kind of person who will be your best friend within like 2 seconds. So I learned this hard way, that not everybody is your best friend and you don't need to get attached to everyone. You should keep your distance, you should keep your boundaries. Do not let everybody just come in your circle. Just give some time, maybe form a good relationship or a bond first before you let them come into your like closer circle. So yeah, that's something that I learned. I would want to give you that advice because nobody gave it to me. Yeah, that. Next is, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? The most embarrassing thing. Okay, yeah, I remember. This incident took place, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. So I was just, I went with my friends to Toronto. So plan was just to explore the city. That was the plan for the day. So I and my two other friends were just walking on the street, and some homeless lady, I don't know, maybe she was high or drunk or whatever, but it was a daytime. It was 2 p.m. Yeah, so the homeless lady was just passing by and I was having a drink. So I had a coffee cup in my hand and I was just having my drink. I was chit-chatting with my friend and I was just walking on the street. So that lady stood in front of me. She took my coffee cup and just threw it. And there were like 50 people because it was summer, everybody was out, and I think it was a weekend. A lot of people were on that street. It was a crowded street, and a lot of people saw this happen. She literally took my cup and she threw it and she hit me with her leg. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, ma'am, what is this? What are you doing? And I don't know, she didn't know English or she was speaking in French. I don't know what language she was using, but she kept repeating something and she just went. And she was just looking at me continuously when she was walking the other way. So that was very embarrassing because a lot of people saw that happen. So, okay, next. What's a memory that always makes you smile? What's a memory that always makes you smile? I have very faded memory of me. I was I think 5-6 years old. This is like one of my core memories. So I used to spend my summer vacation at my daddy's place. So I and all of my cousin used to come there, and there was a very small room. I think it was a store room, and there were cupboards continuously in U shape, and all the cupboards had curtains. So we used to make a tent house with those curtains, and I used to like have a best time. I still remember, I don't know how, but like that's my core memory. Whenever I think about that, it just makes me smile. So yeah. Okay, next. If you had a time machine, would you travel to the past or future, and why? Of course, I would wanna travel, and I wanna see the future. Like, I already know what happened in the past. I'm not. I don't wanna obviously go back in time. I wanna see what's ahead. So future, yeah. Next, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? So I am a complete opposite of Bunny from Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. I could eat dal chawal for the rest of my life. That's my comfort food, and yeah, I can just eat that for the rest of my life. Next is, what's your guilty pleasure? My guilty pleasure would be just doing nothing, relaxing, watching TV, maybe reading, but just no activity, just spending the day alone with myself in my home doing nothing. That would be my guilty pleasure. Why I feel that way is because in last 5 years, I do not remember taking more than 2-3 days straight off. Like, I have been working continuously. So yeah, just relaxing and doing nothing would be great for a while. Okay, next is, what's the one thing you want to be remembered for? This is a really good question. I think that I don't want anybody to remember me for a lifetime, but I think if somebody, for example, if you meet me somewhere, and maybe I just spoke to you, and so even after leaving that place, if you are thinking about me, if I made that impact that you are thinking about me even after leaving that space, that's just something that I want to do. If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be? I really want to learn to have a filter on my face, because I think my face is very expressive. So if I am angry, you would see that on my face. If I'm upset, if I'm happy, if I'm feeling anything internally, you will see that on my face. I just cannot hide it. So I think it's helpful. For example, if I'm in office and I'm just frustrated with my colleague for some reason, like in that professional environment, I should at least hide some of my emotion, because that's a workplace. You're not going there to show your emotions. Like, you have to be professional there. So I would love to master that skill. Like, there should be a filter when I am in public space, or at least in office environment. So yeah, it is becoming a very long video, but I think let's do one last question, and that will be the end of this video. Okay, so last question, the reason behind starting this YouTube channel. So the reason behind starting this YouTube channel at this point in my life is only because I feel I am a more confident person than what I was maybe 2 years ago, and I think at this point in my life I do have time for this as well. Like 2 years ago, I was just too busy focusing on my career aspect, and I think now I'm a little bit secured in that place, so I wanted to explore other things as well. So I think this is the right time for me to start this channel, because I wanted to do this for a very long time. And I love recording myself. I love spending time like this, and it's just something that heals me, and this is something makes me feel good about myself, and this is something which I'm very much interested in. So these are few reasons. Now I think my life has become a little bit interesting. Like before it was not. Like what do you want me to show on camera? Like I was just working, coming home, making dinner, sleeping. That's it. That's what I was doing. But now I think um, I do have time. I am doing a lot of things. So yeah, that's why I started this channel right now. It was a very long answer. So there you have it, 25 things about me that you probably didn't know. I would also love to get to know you guys. So just drop a fun fact about yourself in the comments below. Please do not forget to like this video if you liked it. Do not forget to subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.